Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Today is Friday, the 13th of October of 2017. My name is Pete Connor, your show's host. I'm very happy to have with me today Amy Roggenbuck from the Steele County Public Health Office, and we're going to talk about immunizations and some other things that come along that line. And then we'll have Stormy, Trom, and Alonso Hernandez to talk about the upcoming fundraiser for Alonso's kidney transplant, which will be forthcoming. We like on Friday to give thanks to our sponsors, so I'm going to take some time to highlight those folks right now. Our premier sponsors, the City of Owatonna and Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, and the Owatonna Foundation. And our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, the Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Area Business Development Center, Steele County Historical Society, the Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Tri-M Graphics, and TPS Insurance. We hope that you will support these wonderful businesses because of them, we are on the air to bring good information such as what we're having today to you. If you know of people who you think might be good sponsors, why don't you let us know about that by contacting Leanne at 507-390-5751. And now we'll take a bit of time to highlight some of those sponsors again, and then we'll be right back with Amy, so please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome to Amy Roggenbuck, who is the director of Steele County Public Health.
Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, for sure. It's our, I think, second meeting.
I think so.
Before, yeah. Yep. But who's counting? Amy, important stuff that you have to bring to us today as we enter into the flu season, and you want to talk about immunizations, particularly about flu, but maybe generally as well. So. Let's find out about what's up now with the current strain of flu that we're expecting. And
sure. Yeah. Well, we are encouraging people to get their flu shots. Okay. You can come get a flu shot at our office over on Florence Avenue Monday through Friday, or you can give us a call. We do recommend people do get their flu shot unless there's a medical reason why they can't. And this particular immunization you need to get every year. And they usually develop those immunizations about 6 to 9 months ahead of time. So it's kind of a little bit of a guesstimate on which strains those are going to be. But I tell you what, if you've ever had influenza A or B, for sure you'll be going in and getting your flu shot.
By way of
not
definition, it's influenza. So we talk about flu. Flu is one thing, but influenza.
Right, so when we're talking flu or influenza, not the stomach flu, not to be confused with that. We're talking about a respiratory illness that affects your nose, your throat, your lungs. Usually most people, the symptoms are mild to moderate. However, some people are hospitalized with flu, and we actually do have some deaths from the flu each year. I can tell you back in the 2015-2016 season here in Minnesota, we had over 1,500 people that were hospitalized due to influenza. We also kind of keep track of what's happening in the schools and our out in the nursing home and assisted living facilities. We look at outbreaks, although this isn't really a reportable disease, so we can have some outbreaks that we call influenza-like symptoms or illness. Sure. So it's hard to pinpoint sometimes.
When you say schools and nursing homes, we talk about maybe the term vulnerable people, older people who
Right.
might be more susceptible.
Yes,
Younger,
and
the youngest,
yes,
yeah.
our very young and our older population, anyone with any kind of compromised immune system deficiencies. I know my youngest son, he has asthma, so he doesn't get a choice whether he gets his flu shot every year. But for him to get something like this, such as if you have asthma or some underlying condition, and then you end up with influenza A or B, you can become quite a bit more sick than those of us that maybe have a better immune system.
So you talk about your youngest son. Is there a limit in age? Does someone have to be a certain age before they're allowed to have the immunization?
Yeah, we actually do. We say 6 months or older. We don't give the flu shot under 6 months. We also go through a few screening questions just to be sure that we're being careful about giving that flu shot to somebody. We don't want somebody with certain allergies and things like that to get the flu shot.
How fail-safe is the immunization if I get the immunization, am I not going to get the flu?
Not necessarily. So here's what I tell people. We say last year they said the flu shot probably helped you out about 50%, which is pretty good odds. Even if it didn't prevent that flu for people, it sure will help. Maybe if you get it, you won't get it quite as bad or be hospitalized or something like that. But at that rate, it can still put you down for a good week. We do tell people one of our biggest defenses besides the flu shot is to make sure that you wash your hands frequently and long enough and with soap if you don't have access to that, to make sure to use some of those alcohol-based
sanitizers.
Also, we tell people if you are sick to stay home from work or school at least 24 hours after that fever has subsided.
Okay. In the day, there used to be if you're allergic to eggs, that was a condition and you didn't want to maybe get a flu shot. Does that exist yet today?
Yeah, that is one of our screening questions, and we really look at it on a case-by-case basis. So if you're unsure, still come in and we'll go through those screening questions.
Are there going to be some symptoms following the vaccination? I mean, will some people feel like they're not well for a couple of days because of having the vaccination? In the old days, again, I have to, for my days, they're all old anymore, but we used to take that at work on Friday, so that if there was going to be a couple of days, there would be the weekend days.
We really don't hear a lot from people, although that's one of the bigger excuses that I get from people for not getting their flu shot. It doesn't actually cause you to get the flu. It will take a couple weeks for those antibodies to build up after you get the flu shot. And the most I've heard from people is they get a little bit of a sore arm at the injection site, but other than that, no, it's not supposed to make you sick.
Okay. Highlighting again, however, the whole personal hygiene thing is really important, isn't it? Especially if we're in public places. We're doing things, the doorknob thing and shaking hands.
Going to the grocery store, those kind of things, yes.
So it behooves us to wash our hands frequently.
Yep. And if you have a cold, make sure you use tissues, sneeze into that. Just prevent the spread.
Sure. Let's talk about immunizations more generally. We have the flu, and we talk about other things and we've had some concerns being registered over the last few years about, people who don't want to have their children, vaccinated for this or for that. From the public health perspective, what do you say about that?
Like I said, you're actually, when you don't immunize your children, your chances, you're taking a bigger risk by not vaccinating them. I realize that there's studies out there that may have some contraindications or things with vaccines. But all in all, we feel they're safe, obviously. Realize it's really tough to bring your baby or your toddler in and to get all those series of shots, but it does protect them from some really serious illnesses and diseases. it hit pretty close to home here this last summer. You may have heard we had the measles outbreak up in the metro area, and we're not very far from there. So in public health, we actually did a lot of outreach in July and August to really ask parents to bring their kids in to get that MMR, which would be measles, mumps, rubella. Some other diseases we're starting to see are tuberculosis, which was also, we almost got rid of that in the United States. So we're seeing a little bit of that too, just keeping an eye on those things. So, and not too far back, I like to remind people about polio.
Oh, sure.
That was, I didn't live during that time, but know that was really a tough time for people, and we sure don't want to see those kind of things happen again.
So even though we think things are eradicated or have been eradicated, it may not necessarily be so.
Right, right.
So, you know, there's a social responsibility, isn't there, as well? Because if kids are not vaccinated and they happen to contract something, now they go to school. That whole idea of epidemic, and maybe that's too strong of a word, but there's that potential to passing it on.
Yes, and so I often try to tell people that too, is that even if you don't want the vaccination yourself, you're helping the rest of the people in our community. Now, like I said, kids aren't vaccinated before they're 6 months old, so we're helping protect them. We're helping protect some of our very elderly who may not be able to get immunizations for medical reasons. So actually we're preventing that outbreak to them too, and protecting those, our weaker people in our community.
How much concern is there over the safety of the vaccinations themselves, the medicines themselves?
Well, we have a really rigorous system here in the United States. It's all going through our Federal Drug Administration, so nothing is going through there that would be considered unsafe. And like I said, I'm aware that there's studies out there that there's some controversy on some of the vaccines, but all in all, your odds are better getting those immunizations.
Good. Otherwise, things from public health, any other information that you want to pass on to our viewers?
Well, we'll go right back to get your flu shot if you're able to, and you can come to our office Monday through Friday. We're open 8 to 5. And if you need something beyond those hours, just give us a call and we'll work with you.
And as well, of course, every pharmacy seems like they do,
Yes.
administer those, and,
Yes.
and, you know, the medical facilities are doing that as well. And for people like me, older people, you know, the pneumonia vaccine as well.
Pneumococcal. Yes, very important. Yep.
So lots of good things to consider as we, certainly as we age, you know, that we don't want to get caught up, because maybe we don't fight those things as well as we might have when we were young. So thank you for enlightening us. There was one other I wanted to talk about. We'll do it the next time. That'll be the shingles vaccine. We'll talk about that one
Yes.
when you come back the next time. So thanks again. Best wishes. Hope your season is a light season. You don't have to worry too much about it.
We hope so too.
Good. And thank you for being with us today as well. We're going to take some time for some commercial messages, and then we'll be back with Alonso and Stormy. So please stay tuned.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas produced by gas-fired appliances in your home. The state of Minnesota requires that you have a carbon monoxide alarm within 10 feet of sleeping areas in your home. We suggest you have a digital readout carbon monoxide alarm. That way we were able to check and see what the concentration amount was when the alarm went off. This has been a public safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
At Trom Graphics, we think beyond ink. That's why you should make us your source for creative concept, design, print, mail, and web. Check us out today at tromgraphics.com.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and I'm very happy to have with me today Alonso Hernandez and Stormy Trom, colleagues, I guess maybe ex-colleagues, given Stormy's retirement, but Alonso yet with the food shelf. And,
Yes.
But more importantly, in terms of your relationship is important because Stormy, you're going to be helping with this benefit that we'll talk more about. But the reason for the benefit, Alonso, is because you're going to be becoming a kidney recipient.
That's correct.
Because of a serious need that has developed over the last couple of years for you. Tell us a little bit about the situation.
Well, I was really in big time pain that I cannot describe how horrible it was. So I ended up in the hospital in Rochester. So they told me that my kidneys, they were really not functioning 100%. So they said they were gonna try to revive him, but in the meantime, they said it's better if I need a transplant. So one of my sons decided to go to Rochester and do blood samples, and we match. So we just waiting for the final thing so we can go and do it.
And have the transplant.
Yes.
Yeah. And I suppose it's better that the donor be like a son.
Yes.
As opposed to someone who is non-related.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it's better if you have a transplant that's alive, and because it lasts longer. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know offhand? I mean, does the research say that once you have your transplant, and Ashley will be your donor, are you going to be good then for the rest of your life? Do you think?
They said they last about 25 to 30 years. Depends how really care take of it, and plus I had to be in medicine for the rest of my life, so they can support the new transplant. And my body don't reject them too. So,
right.
So yes,
given your age, state in life, if it works that way, this should do it for you.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And thanks to God and my son, they give me another opportunity, and I'm gonna take it.
Oh, good for
Yes.
you. Yeah, I guess it
Yes.
would be
Yes.
not a wise thing if you weren't going to do that.
That's correct.
Let's talk about Ashley. He's not here, certainly, but what impact does it have on the donor to now have one kidney less?
My son, he see me really sick, and he said, "Dad, I just cannot live if something happened to you." And he said, "I'm gonna go to Rochester and have some blood samples, and we go from there." And so we matched, and he said, "I'm gonna give you one, because of you, I'm alive, I got kids, and thank you." And he said, and the doctor, he said that it's gonna be okay with one kidney.
That's wonderful.
So, and he said it's strong, young, and so it's ready to give me one of his.
And that whole idea that you gave him life and now he's going to give you life back.
That's correct.
Isn't that something?
That's
just
true.
Wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the impact on him is not going to be so much. I mean, he still will live a normal life after.
That's correct.
He doesn't have to take medicine or anything like
No.
that.
No, and it's gonna be over there in Rochester only for a week. So.
Yeah.
So yes.
Oh, it's a wonderful. It's a great story. Just a great story. Yeah. Stormy, the fundraiser that's going to be coming forward here for Alonso. Give us some detail.
Well, quite a few of us that have worked with Alonso over the years know how much he's given to the community and how he's greeted and helped so many others through his work at the food shelf, and he's been on Habitat for Humanity, cultural diversity. We just wanted and felt like we'd like to step up and try to help him offset some of those medical costs.
Sure.
One of them will be when he stays in the transplant house. I think it's about a month that he'll be there after his surgery, just to make sure everything is fine. So there's no insurance for that one. So he'll have to be paying. So we're going to be hosting a spaghetti dinner at the Eagles, and it's Saturday, October 21st, and you can come from 4 to 7. There'll be a silent auction, so we're looking for gifts from people from the community, and there are many of us that are donating as well. So it should be wonderful, and we are coming to greet Alonso at that event with his family, and just hope that we get a real great turnout from this community for that.
Yeah, really. You have any objective in terms of revenue generation? Anything that you would like to see? I mean, always it's as much as we can.
Right. Well, the spaghetti dinner, we're selling tickets right now, and you can get them at Dow Chiropractor, Kent Rossi Law Office, Cocky Jewelers, or at the Steele County Food Shelf, and they're $10 a ticket. We're hoping to raise $5,000.
Okay.
To help with some, but you know, we'll do the best we can do with the support from our community.
Exactly. Alonso, you have insurance.
Yes.
And that will help to some degree.
That's correct.
But it doesn't cover everything.
No.
Yeah. So irrespective of that, you know, we always have to look at the objective, right? And that's to get the kidney and to have that taken care of, and let those other things take care of as they're going to be cared for down the line. So the benefit is most important. And it's an event, but doesn't mean that people cannot contribute to this cause on an ongoing basis.
Right. There's also an account set up at U.S. Bank. So if you can't make this dinner and still would like to give a donation toward Alonso's fund, the bank asks that we send the checks to Alonso Hernandez benefit. So it would be put in that specific account.
Okay, good. Alonso, what impact has this had on you now? You know, what's going on with? How are you functioning?
It's not the same, but thanks God that I don't know that how many people they've been really nice and helping me in any way they could. You know, it's gonna be a pool tournament. It's gonna be another silent action. In Owatonna for my kids, and that's really impact me so much that I'm glad that some people really looking after me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You're still working?
I'm still working.
Full
yes.
time?
Full time. Yes.
Dialysis?
Yes.
Yeah, underway?
Yes.
Yeah. How many times a week?
3 times a week, 4 hours a day.
Okay. And you do that?
Right here at Owatonna Hospital.
At the hospital.
Or clinic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without that?
I'll be not here in 2 weeks or maybe a week.
The poison would just
accumulated in your body.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, and you're fortunate to do it here so that you can still
That's
stay
correct.
here,
That's correct.
go to the hospital.
It used to be in Fairville, but now it was opening right here, so that's better right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else do you have to be careful of then when you are...
I had to take care of myself, a special diet. I had to see what I eat because the potassium and a lot of stuff that are fruit and food that is not good for me right now.
But food that you like.
Yes.
Isn't that always the way it is?
Absolutely.
It's the good stuff that you like.
Yes. Yeah.
So what does that mean for diet? What sorts of things are you able to eat?
Well, I can eat some with a less potassium and watch it really careful because if you're not, you know, I can see my body's really changing.
But you can like have meat. You don't.
Yes. Yes.
You're
Absolutely.
not a vegetarian diet, or in fact, if anything, maybe it would be away from vegetables, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but, you know, but you've got to maintain your health.
That's correct.
Yeah. Good. Does it make you tired too?
Not anymore. In the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
I was tired, can sleep, can eat, no flavor in the food. Now everything is back.
Okay.
So yes.
What medications do you have to take now, if any?
Nothing for my transplant, no.
Okay.
No.
If you have a headache, you can take aspirin and
Yes.
that type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, this is going to happen as soon as possible.
That's correct. My son is going to the clinic the 24th.
Okay.
So, and we go from there.
As soon as after that, once he gets the final word that it's okay to go, then you'll go. All right. Well, we're going to keep you alive in thought and prayer.
Thank you.
As this goes forward, and certainly with the benefit, we hope that there will be a good turnout from folks, certainly those who have come into contact with you over the years, and certainly from the broader community. You know, we've been known to be a generous community in Owatonna.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, well, best wishes, you know, and we'll keep in touch to find out how things are going with you.
Could you have the date, time, and place?
The date of the event, or the fundraiser for Alonso, is Saturday, October 21st, and we're going to be serving spaghetti from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Owatonna Eagles. So there's tickets available at Dow Chiropractor, Kent Rossi Law Office, Cocky Jewelers, and Steele County Food Shelf if you'd like to get them in advance. If not, they'll be at the door.
And you have tickets?
And I have tickets.
And
Lois Nelson, Betsy Lindgren, some former board members.
Perfect.
So,
excellent. Yes. Well, we hope that, again, the turnout will be great. Best wishes.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here to tell us about this.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And thank you for being with us today as well. We're going to take a bit of time for some sponsor messages, and then we'll be right back to close. So please stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. A little bit of time for some community messages. The North Straight River Parkway with the Line Woods Trail and Wildung Islandfell Trail is now open. There are still some landscaping, benches, signs, and miscellaneous details to be taken care of, but the trail is asphalted with lights and has wood chip interpretive loop. We're having a grand opening in spring of 2018, but for now, enjoy the trail from North Street to 26th Street. That one we'll put through here. Mark your calendars for Park and Rec's 4th annual Trick or Treat Trail on October 28th from 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. at Manthe Park. The event is free and we'll be taking food shelf donations. Owatonna Public Library will be open Sundays beginning October 1st and running through the month of April. Sunday hours are from 1 to 5 p.m. This is in addition to the regular hours of 9 to 9 on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and 9 to 5 on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So further information can be gotten by calling 444-2460 or on the website at www.owatonna.info. Join Riverbend Nature Center Naturalists for Nature Time, a class for children ages 3 to 5 and their parents. The class will be held Mondays through December 4th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. at Riverbend Nature Center. To register, please call 507-333-6011, and that's going to take care of it for today. On Monday, we're going to be having a children's book author, and we'll have a visit to LTO for a preview of the upcoming fall production of Shrek. We hope you come back for that, and thanks for being with us. Have a good weekend.